right, let's talk about edge help for the Detroit Lions. This year will be an outside linebacker. What happens in the 3-4, which they be playing, or that's what they said they be playing. Basically, what happens is your two middle linebackers become, they pick up the coverage responsibility of the outside linebacker and the middle linebacker. So they become two middle linebackers, responsibilities, coverage, filling gaps, all that stuff. And realistically, what happens is it looks like you just put two of your outside linebacker, one outside, inside, in the middle. And realistically, like you just pick a defensive lineman up and put it and make them stand up. Realistically, what happens is a lot of defense is two edge rushers. I could think about Tom Holly and Jesus, what his name? Justin Houston playing the edge. And realistically, what happens is pretty much you stand your edge rushers up, two linebackers, inside coverage and run ability. And sometimes you do drop your edge rushers into coverage. So, they have to be able to get out there, be athletic enough to, play the flats and play the middles, the hook zones, whatever you want to call them. So let's talk about it. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And this is interesting for the Lions because realistically, they drafted a lot of defensive linemen to eat up that space. But what happens now is, is to the fact: do you have enough athletic people to stand up? That's the question. Do you have enough athletic people to stand up and get in coverage and and that's the issue right there because you look at Romeo Cora, can he stand up? We know Julian can stand up. We know Tavai can stand up and play the edge. So you're in a transition to defense. You don't have a lot of people that can, really be athletic enough and do that. And realistically, you talking about Trey Flowers, somebody that's caught in between athletic and, do he put on some weight so he can play defensive end in 3-4? Look, Austin Bryant, is he athletic enough to stand up? Trey Flowers, definitely not. Don't know much about Charles Harris. So it's a lot of players, man, that might end up having a reduced role. Because you sit out there and you go Deshaun Hand or Adam McNeil, Brockers, and or Zorky the BOD line and McNeil back up. It's a tough transition because now what you're saying is Julian is probably, honestly, if the other guys can't really stand up, Julian's probably the one guy you can stand up with Jelani Tavai, because we seen Tavai play the edge. We see Jelani last year. His best game was, against the Arizona Cardinals. He was playing the edge and he did a great job. So realistically, knowing we got, I think it's really gonna be the two guys that can stand up, Julian and Tavai, really anchoring the edge. But then again, is Romeo athletic enough to stand up, get out there and cover? Because you don't want a situation where on rundowns you put in Trey Flowers, you put in Romeo Cora and whoever else, and then on passing downs you put in Julian Okora and Tavai. Then teams are going to just audible to a pass play knowing Romeo can't get out there and cover. So, they have an idea what they can do with this defense, but realistically, it's like can your visual become, come to reality? Because honestly, you look at your defensive line is deep, and I think they really just missed out in this draft on somebody can stand up and go get it, off the edge. Because really think about it. Think about the defensive line already. You got Panensi, you got Brockers, you got Deshaun Hand. Trey Flowers probably gonna put his hand in the dirt. So realistically, you only really need to add one more person. But then you add Zorky, you add Adam McNeil, and I think McNeil was pretty much the successor to Michael Brockers. So really you got Panensi, McNeil, Brockers. That's probably gonna be a nose tackle. I think Trey Flowers and Zorky gonna be on ends. I think in the 3-4, I think Deshaun Hand is gonna back him up at the end. I think Panensi can back him up at the end. So I think I think they did the right thing with a versatile line, but realistically, really a lot of pressure is going to be on. Y'all boy, Julian Okora and Tavai. I think a lot of pressure is going to be on those guys to get in and to perform. And people really gotta do it because really they're talking about bringing Melvin Ingram in, which I think would be smart. Because you bring in Ingram, you got somebody that definitely can stand up. You got Tavai who can stand up. You got Jamie Collins who can stand up and play the end. So you bring in Ingram. You don't have to worry about putting Jamie Collins on the edge. Bringing Ingram, you got Ingram, Tavai, Julian Okoro that can stand up for sure. So I think bringing in Melvin Ingram or somebody that can stand up and rush the passer. I think that, excuse my neck. I think that's smart. And then he will be in he might be in a reduced role, just because you got strength in numbers. But you continue looking. Justin Houston, he's still out there. He's just as old as Melvin Ingram. He might be an option. Somebody that can really get the most out of Tavai, show Okoro some things. So him and Melvin Ingram bring a lot of experience. Olivier Varner, he only 30. I remember him putting his hand in his dirt, but maybe he can stand up. Or have Everson Griffin, he already been here. Trent Murphy, older guy, younger than 30, so maybe he can stand up, help do some things. Adrian Claiborne, he more of an put his hand in the dirt type of guy. Vic Beasley, more of an in his hand type of guy. John Simmons, don't know much about him. Jabal Shear, I don't really think he brings anything to the table. So really what it boiled down to, in my opinion, is Melvin Ingram, Justin Houston, and those guys. And I'm not really concerned about the age. I'm just really concerned about the game they're gonna be bringing to the Detroit Lions. The game that they're gonna be bringing is, they're gonna help the edge, the guys, that's like Romeo Core is probably gonna be standing up, first time in his career, understand how to really play the position. And really, people forget those guys on the edge just don't they just don't put their hand in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Or they just don't rush off the edge. They legitimately have to play cover sometimes, because now you don't get this a lot, but now you got a situation where these dudes are throwing on first and second down out of heavy packages, out of I formation, single back with 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. So you don't want them just being known rushers. You want to be able to leave them on the field sometimes and be able to make something happen in the passing game. But yeah, I honestly think. This is my opinion. I think what's going to happen is probably Alex Alexander, Jamie Collins will probably be starting in the middle. Maybe Derek Barnes might catch on. But honestly, I think then you go on the edge. I think it's going to be Julian Okoro. I think they make a way for Romeo, Julian backing up to Tavai on the edge. And then I think you're going to have Michael Brockers, Ozorki, and Trey Flowers as your 3-down linemen. Backing them up is going to be Hand, playing the ends. John Panisi and Liam McNeil. Liam McNeil can play tackle, nose tackle, and he can play the end. Panisi can play nose tackle on the end. So they got a lot of depth. There. But your concern is standing up guys hadn't been standing up before. Romeo, Austin Bryan, I haven't really seen them stand up. Your concern is Trey Flowers big enough to go on the 3-down lineman and eat up space and get there. So you got some concerns, but guess what? I don't think anybody believe that the Lions going to come in this year and wreak havoc. If they do wreak havoc, the biggest thing that has to happen is Jared Goff has to come in and do something new and show that Sean McVay's system didn't fit him and he could do some other things. So I think, honestly, be honest, I really have concerns about Flowers being big enough on the line. I really have concerns about Okoro standing up. Other than that, I think they put Tavai on the edge. I think that's a perfect fit for him. He's not like what was the dude we was talking about? The dude always lose contain. I forget his name. He always lost contain, man. I forget the dude. He played for the Pistons. I mean the Lions. I think he came for the 49ers. They said in the chat. But I think Tavai's best game was on the edge. Containing Kyler Murray. Keeping contained on the run game. Never jumping on the inside, having discipline. I think Tavai on the edge provides you with coverage, better coverage than you get from a lot of the guys, and somebody that can hold, contain, and who I think you can develop as a pass rush. You bring Justin Houston in or Melvin Ingram, teach him how to pass rush, and really the dark horse of the edge is probably gonna be Julian. Julian is athletic enough to get up under you. Julian Tavai is probably gonna be the dark horse of the defense. I think they're gonna be the dark horse if they play well. And they can contain, and I think the defense play really, really well. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, response, or video request, or you want to advertise your business on the channel. All my social media links there. I want to make a financial donation. Cash App, CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Best way to donate is share the video. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. One time. Peace. All right, all my Detroit Piston fans and all my Detroit fans, all my Motor City Sports Talk fans, make sure you guys go check out Piston Mike. We got him over 100 followers. So make sure you check him out. Everything Pistons, man. He gonna hold it down and do his thing just strictly on the Pistons thing. You know, I got the Lions and Pistons, but man, we always trying to help people get their channel up. Let's get them to 200 next, 300 next, 400 next, 500 next, and let's get them all the way to a rack so you can start making that bag. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you go over to Piston Mike as you see it on the screen. Let's get them to 200, then 300, then 400, then 500, and the whole shebang. Peace.
Hey, Steven, man, you really believe that? Oh, man, come on. You really believe that stuff you be saying?